It's time for the Mohney Show. High atop the third story of the historic Gibson House overlooking beautiful downtown Centralia. The star of the show, Steve Mohney.
Yes. Point S, Centralia OK Tire is a proud sponsor of high school sports and wishes all teams good luck during the postseason. With the playoffs starting, that means the weather is changing. And that means tough driving conditions with ice, rain, and snow. Point S, Centralia OK Tire invites you to stop by and have your vehicle checked so you're ready for winter driving. Studded snow tires, studless snow tires, and tire chains are in stock and ready to put on whatever you drive, and with a warranty good at over 200 locations. Point S, Centralia OK Tire, 1741 Harrison Avenue in Centralia.
Okay, let's roll.
We're rolling. Trying to think, why don't I have just a standard open?
How about welcome to the Mohney Show?
Wow.
I just did that off the top of my head. Man, I just came up with that like that.
That makes me mad. And welcome to the Mohney Show. Paul Walker's with me. Paul, welcome.
Hey, I really appreciate. Steve has been trying to work out a really hardcore, perfect opening.
Yeah.
And
I've been working on this thing for weeks and weeks.
Months.
I sit in this chair by myself in the studio with the lights off.
And finally,
I think we found it.
You found it. You want to do it again?
Yeah, I'll do it. Well, I forgot what it is.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Try it again.
Welcome to the Mohney Show.
Boom.
Paul Walker, Mary Jane's with us as well.
Nailed it.
Mary, how's your last dance going?
It's pretty great. I really like this party dress. It's good.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good. We'll talk more with you in just a couple of minutes. We do have Frank Murray, who is he's pretty much Tom Petty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Man, that interview is coming up in just a couple of minutes. Big show coming up at the Chehalis Theater in downtown Chehalis. But first, I walked in today, and I've been kind of busy. I walk in, I sit down. Walker looks over at me and goes, "Don't you know? Did you hear?" And I said, "Hear what?" He goes, "Did you hear the news?" And I thought, man, something bad happened. Because, that's usually what you think.
That's what you think.
Well, I thought some kind of a nationwide thing, a bad thing happened again. He goes, you really don't know? And I said, no, I don't know.
You didn't know. You've been talking about this. How many shows did this come up?
I know, but I thought it was going to be a little bit later on that they were going to announce these are the people that were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So the induction ceremony comes up way after summer.
Yeah.
And these are the folks that actually made it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, my friend that Lane Meyer, he doesn't believe in this stuff at all.
Okay.
I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Okay. You want to be mad about something?
No, I don't want to be mad at all.
He does. So I'm going to tell you something. Mary Jane, this is going to make him mad.
Okay.
Do you know how they announced it?
No.
They announced it. Ryan Seacrest and Lionel Richie announced it on American Idol Sunday night.
Really?
Yes.
Nobody told me.
Does that make you mad?
It kind of does make me mad. Hold on. To be fair here, it makes me happy that Lionel Richie was involved in this. Seacrest, I don't mind Seacrest, but I would have appreciated if Seacrest would have announced it on Z100 in Los Angeles.
Well, maybe.
But I think I think that broadcast. I think he does about this much in that radio show.
I don't know.
Yeah,
never listened to it.
Yeah, well, maybe you ought to.
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
I'm mad.
So, who made it into the Rock Hall?
Okay, well, now the nominees were. I'm gonna just want me to say them in any order.
Maybe we should go through and say who was up for nominations.
The nominations included Mariah Carey, Mary Blige, Eric B. and Rakim, Cher, the Dave Matthews Band, Jane's Addiction, A Tribe Called Quest, Lenny Kravitz, Peter Frampton, Sinead O'Connor, Foreigner, Oasis, Sade, and Kool and the Gang.
Okay.
And I mixed them all up now.
Okay, so do you want me to guess
Well, we have already gone through this, so.
Well, yeah, but the folks didn't see.
Yeah, I know. We could have played that, but I kind of blew it right there, didn't I?
You kind of blew it, but
that's all right. I'll say you got 4 of them pretty quickly.
So I'll say who I think was inducted.
Let's do this. Who did you really want out of that whole list?
I wanted Foreigner. That was my number one want.
Boom, nailed it.
Yeah, I wanted Peter Frampton.
And that was kind of a long. We didn't really know, right? I
wasn't sure about Peter Frampton, but Peter has such a long history in music. I mean, he was involved with the Beatles back in the late 60s, 69, 70.
The problem with Peter Frampton was he was so well known for that short burst that he had in 76, 77, whatever. That's what that's all they think that he did, right?
Yeah, not so.
Right. And Peter Frampton, it did make it too.
He's a phenomenal musician. I mean, it's just amazing. So we got Foreigner. Peter Frampton made it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I wanted Ozzy in, of course.
And he did.
Okay, Ozzy got in. Those were the 3. Was there somebody else that
You changed your mind on one, right?
Yeah, I did. I was going to tell you. So Cher got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, or she will be inducted, and I was for that. Now, I don't remember if Cher is in with Sonny. Seems like she is.
I don't know. Maybe
we should look that up.
See if Sonny and Cher are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I certainly hope that Sonny and Cher are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, because I mean, boy, they had a lot to do with fashion and everything else. So those guys made it in, and they were my picks.
Yeah, those were your picks, and they were good ones.
And by the way, just to get this out in the open, Lenny Kravitz is one of my all-time favorites in the entire world. I love that man. I love the way he's funky. He gives it. He's rock and roll. He's everything. And I just think that, Lenny, you're not quite old enough yet, okay? You got plenty of time to get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You'll get there. So we'll get you next time, okay? So hang on.
I agree with you. I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Mary Blige, huge in the R&B.
Right.
She got in.
Okay, fair enough.
We're going to be honest on this one. Not our favorite band in any sense, but
huge.
His following is huge. She's sold a ton of records with the Dave Matthews Band. Did get in.
And like I told you, I think that everybody that goes to see the Dave Matthews Band at the Gorge every Labor Day weekend, they got online. And do you go see? Yeah. So Mary Jane, have you seen Dave Matthews at the Gorge?
No, not at the Gorge.
Oh, but you have.
Yes, but I was going to answer your question about Cher.
Yes.
Sonny and Cher. Sonny and Cher have never been inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but there's an article from Rolling Stone from one day ago that announced that Cher is up for consideration. So I don't know if you're seeing that.
No, Cher's in.
Oh,
Cher's in.
Yeah,
okay.
She got in. Yeah.
So, you were so feverishly looking for that. Yeah, she's what? We didn't. Now I'm mad. Sonny's not into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Hold on.
Okay. All right. Okay, you can probably take that now. I'm mad out. That was a little bit feverish.
No, you're okay. And you should be mad. It's an outrage, frankly.
It is an outrage because, Sonny and Cher, they had the TV show.
Well, and that's how is, again, I guess I don't know all the rules of getting in of what they consider, but the impact that they had.
Sonny wrote those songs.
Yeah.
It's not like somebody handed him the tunes. Like, I mean, and if there was anything that should put Sonny and Cher, but Sonny into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is he's the one that, I mean, he's the guy that learned a whole lot from Phil Spector and then became a musician and a writer and all that stuff. Yeah. And anybody that can spend that much time with Phil Spector and not go nuts deserves to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, okay? And Carol Kay, I mean, she's the bass player on Got You Babe.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I Got You Babe.
Wait, no, the beat goes on. There we go.
The beat goes on.
Okay. Sonny had it, the way Sonny had it written, it wasn't, it didn't have any pizzazz. And so Carol Kay was in that session band.
Yep. Boom, boom.
Exactly.
Nailed it.
Okay.
So
wow, that got off.
No, that's okay. Last we checked in with Dave Matthews. The others that got in included a tribe called Quest. You and I have no idea who they are.
I think I do, but I'm not. Let's not. You know what? Let's go out on a limb here, and I'm not admitting that I don't know this.
Okay, I have no.
Paul
idea.
has no idea. I know everything there is to know.
The gang. Are you happy with that one?
Thumbs up,
Celebrate.
man. Absolutely.
I mean that thing. Some of these, all these artists that have their wedding song or graduation song that kind of lives on it. How to celebrate? Not that thing will always live on, right? There's always something to celebrate.
Exactly.
That thing is going to go on forever.
But with all that being said,
that's the new happy birthday.
It is. But with all this being said, everybody on that list has a tremendous amount of talent.
Yeah.
I mean, these are the greatest musicians that have ever lived. I mean, let's be honest here.
Mariah Carey didn't get in, but again, another one that's going to.
Oh, she'll be absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other one that you thought a little bit was Oasis, because I don't know that they might be getting a little Peter Frampton. I don't know them that well.
Yeah.
Huge. But it
Huge.
seems to me like they were huge for a very short amount of time.
Yeah, they're pretty big in
England.
England.
I'm not sure how much they have put out as far as
I can see that.
So I that might be the issue with getting over the hump on that. I don't know.
They'll be inducted at some point.
By the way, I don't know, and I'll tell you why I don't know. I need to find the article, but someone wrote 175 bands or acts that are not in.
Boy, if you look at that list, it is
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
it's like,
and it's massive, and you go, wow.
It'll make you mad.
And then you go, well, I know, but you can't induct them all at once. I mean, that's the problem with, having to do that. You also want to kind of make it a special place, right? And not give a cookie to everyone here and type of thing. So
but I think there's been some cookies given to somebody that might have not deserved it.
Well, again, it's opinion. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, it does, and nobody asked for mine.
Yep, exactly. No, they actually did. You voted, right?
Yeah, I voted a couple of times. I think I voted like 3 or 4 times.
So you got your opinion in there.
Yeah, I voted. I really wanted Foreigner to get into the Rock Hall.
And they did. And by the way, October 19th, the Rocket Mortgage Field House in Cleveland will be the induction ceremony.
Okay.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame coming up. There was a couple other awards. The Musical Influence Award.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know any of these. Alexis Corner, John Mayall, Mayall.
There you go.
And Big Mama Thornton.
Big old mama.
Big Mama. And Musical Excellence Award, Jimmy Buffett.
Oh, good.
MC5, Dionne Warwick, and Norman Whitfield.
Mm-hmm.
And the Armand Ertegun Award. And you were telling me how
Ahmed Ertegun.
This is a big award.
He's huge.
Again, I'm not sure who this person is, but Suzanne DePasse, DePasse.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what that was. So anyway, you can look those up. I'm sure they have bios. If you go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame website,
there's all that
they've
stuff.
got it. First thing up is the inductees, and every one of them has a bio. So if you're interested, you can go right to that.
Oh yeah, it's fun to look and
check it out,
learn as well. And but take a look at the Ahmed Ertegun, just the information about him.
Yeah.
He was so influential. I mean, Led Zeppelin and just massive stuff.
Now, I asked you this earlier too.
Yeah.
How much if you're going to go to Cleveland to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, how much does it cost to get in? Now, unless I did something wrong online, I went all the way to checkout,
right.
And then I X'd out. I wanted to see how much the cost of just you and I. We're in Cleveland. Let's go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
So, Paul, he went in there. I hope this is right.
I went through this, and we're going to ask Mary Jane because I haven't asked her yet. But for 2 tickets, now the way you go in, you click, the right things, and then you also have to pick a time that you're coming. So I picked a time for today, and so that might have something to do with this as well.
Maybe today was already, the time difference.
It may be. So for 2 people to go to the Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame today at 1:30, what was the cost?
Stand by.
$500 a person.
See, that's what I thought. I thought some kind of a big.
The total cost, including tax,
$2.12.
$2.12.
What? Okay. I would have thought it would have been like an in-demand thing, but
I think if I'm guessing with tourism and dollars and what it means, they must get a ton of. Because on there was an annual pass was $65.
Okay.
Is this like surge pricing? What is the reverse surge pricing?
Well, there is also, if you're a Cleveland resident as well, you could click on that one and get that's probably free. So I'd assume that the city of
maybe
Cleveland
it's right.
And tourism dollars get flooded into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I would guess. But so I was surprised at that. So again, there's a very good chance that I did it wrong. So
believe me,
keep that in mind.
There's a pretty good chance of that. So it's like, we're going for $2.
Yeah,
maybe not.
Maybe that was just the cost to use their website. I don't know.
You get flooded with calls. Hey, can we show up for $2.25?
Yeah.
No, you can't. Is Mary Jane? Is she looking at things right now for that, or no?
No, I'm not looking. I was actually. Do you know the trick when you're buying tickets for stuff like that? Like how to try to get better pricing?
No.
Have you ever? So in like Google Chrome, you can launch an incognito window. So if you're shopping for flights or tickets or anything like that,
here we go, folks.
It can't see your location. So theoretically, you get. Anyways, you just got me thinking. I was like, man.
Okay.
I went down a different path. Sorry.
All right. Okay.
Well, that's why.
Maybe if you have time, go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and see if you can get in for $2.12 today. So.
And it'll be your last dance.
Checking right now.
She's checking right now. So before we go to the break, she might know before then.
She might know. So again, that's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We've got some other music news coming soon, right?
Yes, we do. As a matter of fact,
we're just teasing. That's called a teaser.
It's a teaser.
It says that if I want to go today at 4:00, assuming I could fly there in time, it would be $35 a person.
Okay.
Oh, it looks like Paul did his usual on. That's a pretty good buy. $2.
That's $2.
Okay,
$35 isn't bad either.
No, it's not bad at all. Yeah. You'll need to go in there and work your magic.
And maybe it's because it's at 4:00 in the afternoon. Maybe no one shows up at 1:30.
That's possible.
Did you have to pick a time?
Right? I did. I picked 4:00, but your matinee pricing theory could be, I don't know.
It could be. Yeah.
Either that or the janitor's taking you through.
Yeah.
Paul, did you choose the senior discount and not tell us?
That's a heck of a senior discount.
I'll tell you what, everybody at the Rock Hall is a senior. Yeah, come on in. You got Peter Frampton out front. Yeah, come on in. Hey, Pete, how's it going, man?
What are you doing now? I'm an usher at the Rock and Roll.
Wait, there's Eric Burden over there. He's sweeping the floors.
Wow. You think he's capable at this point?
I think he's. I talked to him at least 10 years ago. You know what?
Sure, nothing has changed.
Well, back in the day, man, he still, he does some touring.
Yeah.
Voice still sounds pretty good.
Okay.
It's not bad.
All right.
If you could see anybody in concert right now, who would you see?
Right.
Anyone. Your favorite person to see, in concert. And this is completely off the top of his head.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what?
Okay, together or not together?
Alive or dead?
Alive or anybody?
Boston. Never saw him.
Who?
Boston.
Yep.
Never saw him. And my second close one would be Steve Perry and Journey.
Yeah.
Not the fake Journey, the real Journey.
Right, the real one.
I think there's a bunch of others. I have too long of a list that just keeps going.
I think it's there's a few. There's one that's really weird, but there's two others that, of course, Beatles.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And then Buddy Holly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is just going to blow everything wide open right here.
Yeah.
The Knack. My Little Pretty One.
Two others then.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Just because they're different, but and just like the Beatles, you should have thought of them.
Yeah.
Elvis.
Yeah.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Just to say that you got to see them is something incredible.
Boy, that'd be something, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Boy, when Willie Nelson and Johnny Cash and Waylon Jennings and Chris Christopherson put that Highwaymen act together there in the late 80s?
That's a powerhouse, yeah.
That was a heck of a show.
Boy, that's a lot of smoking and drinking. That's a lot of good stuff right there. On that note, folks, we've got standing by. Petty Fever is going to be at McFiler's.
I didn't put Tom Petty on there because I did see him in the Tacoma Dome.
Oh, man, I saw Tom like 10 times.
Okay, yeah.
And
Jackson Brown opened for him at our show, and boy, he was good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Love Jackson Brown.
Yeah.
Anyway, Frank Murray does just an awesome tribute to Tom Petty, and he's got the band with him, so it's not just him standing up on stage with backing tracks or something like this.
Yeah.
These guys have been musicians for a long time, and I had a chance to discuss the show with them and just ask him all kinds of different questions. But the show is on this Friday, so this Friday, the 26th of April at McFiler's Chehalis Theater.
There you go.
And we'll talk with him. It's coming up next right here on The Mohney Show. Do you have a busted zipper or ripped jeans? Don't toss it, repair it. Volunteer fixers are ready to repair bicycles, hand tools, small appliances, or anything else that the fixers can fix. In honor of Earth Day, the Lewis County Master Recycler Composters present the Repair and Sustainability Fair on Saturday, April 27th from 10 to 2 at Centralia College. Join the fun. There's kids' crafts, hourly door prices, and much more. Reduce landfill waste and save money at the Repair Fair on Saturday, April 27th at Centralia College. For more information, 360-740-1216.
You are your shining star, no matter who you are, shining bright to see what you can truly be. Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles.
It's Frank Murray from the Tom Petty tribute band Petty Fever. Welcome to the Mohney Show.
Hey, Steve and Brittany.
How are you?
Good.
So, first off, you guys are fantastic live. I mean, how did you get started? Give us kind of an let me start this over again. Are we hearing is there a delay?
There is one. I don't think it's much of one.
Okay. Are you hearing a delay, Frank?
Not at all.
Okay, good. Okay. Hey, welcome. It's Frank Murray from the Tom Petty tribute band Petty Fever here with us on the Mohney Show today. Frank, first off, you guys are fantastic live. How did you find all the guys to put together, such a great band?
It's just one of those things that just progressed over time. I've played in bands with some of those guys all the way back to the 80s. And at one point we all played together in a band, and over the years, going back to the 70s, I've always done Tom Petty, covered Tom Petty songs. I've been a huge fan since the first album came out.
Right.
I heard him on a local album preview in late 1976. But so, and I kind of looked like him, the way I dressed, and not intentionally, it just happened. And so I had agents asking me to do a Tom Petty tribute back in the 90s, and I kind of laughed it off. And way I'd ever do a tribute band. I write a lot of my own songs, and I'd rather do that. And so one of the bands I was in, we played a lot of Petty, and we got asked to do an opener for a Rolling Stones tribute in 2009, and so we decided to put together a set because we had enough material, but we refined it a little, make it a little show. And we did the show. It's at a theater in Hillsboro, Oregon, the Venetian Theater, and crowd went crazy, loved it. And I'm a marketing guy by degree, and so my wheels started spinning. And
ding ding ding. Yeah,
like,
cha-ching.
Yeah, so I think we can do something with this, and it was fun, and so I took it seriously, and then the guys were all into it, and ironically, this is our 15th year. We're celebrating our 15th anniversary.
I was gonna say, yes.
Same guys for 15 years. That's
wow.
A feat in itself.
So tell us a little bit about the band. I mean, so you've got Tim who plays guitar. Is he like Mike Campbell?
He's our Mike Campbell.
Okay. Yeah. And Steve, he's also playing guitars, playing keyboards, maybe filling in the the Ben Montench type stuff.
Well, he's actually our Scott Thurston role.
So, he's our Scott. Very good.
Yeah, so
I love
Scott
it.
Came along in the like early 90s.
I think that's that's fantastic. You have a Scott Thurston in there because I mean, really with the Heartbreakers, I mean he does a hell of a lot of stuff in there.
Oh yeah, that's a utility man. That when we it's a bit of a story to get there, but we were a 5-piece until COVID, and during the COVID shutdown, we retooled it, so to speak, and Steve was playing bass.
Okay.
And a good buddy of mine I played in a lot of bands with, Todd Jensen, we were talking, and he kind of put the bug in my ear that he'd love to play bass with us, and we asked Steve if he'd be interested in filling that role because he plays everything. And so anyway, so Todd moved in on bass and background vocals, and Steve moved into that Scott Thurston role, and it was it opened up a lot of musical opportunities. I mean,
I was going to say, did it change kind of the dynamic of the band a little bit?
Oh, yeah, big time, and it just all those little parts. We call him the parts manager now.
Right.
It's just all those little missing parts.
Yep.
That that they overdub on recordings, and
right.
We're able to cover live, and yeah, it's great. I don't know how we'd survive without
it. Steve picks up all those intricacies, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Is Todd? I mean, you've got Ron Blair with the Heartbreakers, and then left and opened up a surf shop or something like that.
Yeah,
how he comes in.
Yeah. So our story there. So Todd came in, and he was with us for about 6 months. And he has quite the history of with touring with famous artists, and now he's the bass player for Journey.
Oh wow.
He got at a show we were doing a few years ago. He got a call. I saw him pacing, and I knew something was up. And so anyway, Neil Sean called him and asked him to join up with the Journey, and so
wow.
But the silver lining on that cloud was another good buddy of mine, Todd McPherson, happened to be available. He had been playing with the Kingsmen for the last 30 years.
Oh wow. Okay.
And the Kingsmen had one of the founding members pass away, and so they were in uh, you know, just things weren't going on. And so Todd was totally up for filling that role, and he came in, and his name was Todd, so that, we didn't have to change any of the documentation.
What about Jack? Is Jack your Ben Montench guy?
And Jack's our Ben Montench, yeah.
Yeah. Boy. Now there's a solid guy. What a musician. What a guy that rounds out the Heartbreakers.
Oh, he's the unsung hero. I mean, you listen to any Petty song,
anything
deep in there, and it's those keys, whether it's in the Damn the Torpedoes era with that organ, that D3, it's really the glue that holds it all together. Yeah,
that's one of he really has to be one of the first guys, in that album oriented type rock, pop rock, whatever, to really I mean, I'm not saying, integrate the organ or the keyboards or whatever, but really make it stand out. I mean, really, a part of the whole experience, I guess I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's part of the sound. I mean, you listen to any of those old songs or new songs, and it would not be a Petty song without that Ben Montench keyboard part.
Right.
He'll follow along with the melody, plus some kind of a swelling pad, with the organ and the Leslie, and I just love it.
It's perfect for Tom to be able to do his thing. I mean, and with you, I mean, you've got this great band behind you, and that enables you to get up there on stage and be Tom, right?
Yeah, I mean that's the whole idea, they're carrying, they're driving the boat, I mean, and I just get to do my thing, and it just solid rhythm section, all the background melody, it's all in place, so I can just focus on the moment. And
we cannot forget Craig on drums. Is he like Stan Lynch, or is he more Steve?
He can be either one. Craig is super versatile, and he's a great drummer.
Steve Ferroni, man, he lays it down. I mean, boy, oh boy.
Yeah, Steve is just solid. I mean, I love Stan Lynch too.
Oh, absolutely.
He's your classic rock and roll drummer, but he has that kind of that southern-ish style, just kind of slightly behind the beat sometimes, and just gives it that groove. But Steve Ferroni, he's just, I mean, it's just solid as a rock.
Exactly. So your first show was kind of a thing where you were like, okay, well, I guess we'll put this together, and then you got serious doing it. How many shows do you play a year?
Probably right before COVID, we were averaging 65 a year for a few years.
Wow.
And I'd do more, but that's a happy medium right there, I think. And we're still in that same, the last couple of years, everything's been building back up to where it was before.
Yeah, it's taken a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, a lot of my contacts across the country, we're doing little pocket tours and stuff.
Right.
And a lot of them just disappeared, and some of the venues disappeared.
Well, yeah, I mean, when there's nothing, I mean, you go away, I guess. I mean, that was really something else. I mean, if you were in the people business, then it was over for a while, if not permanently. So.
Well, it's just, I mean, it's coming back. It's coming back all right. There's a lot new new venues. Some of the old venues became new venues. A new crop of buyers, so to speak. And, we've been getting up to speed with that, kind of, because over time you develop relationships with these people, and when they're gone, you have to start over with them.
Absolutely.
Build your brand back up.
So what's your favorite guitar? I mean, are you using the Rickenbacker? Are you using that? Did Tom use a 360 or?
I have the 330. Tim has 360. I had a 360 12, but I wasn't happy with it, so it went elsewhere. And if you ask me my favorite guitar, it's kind of a loaded question, because there's guitar karma there, and if I make one jealous, the other one's gonna get me back.
I know what you mean. He can change at a moment's notice, right?
Yeah, so I mean, personally, the Strat is my go-to. I just feel the most comfortable on the Strat. I mean, that just
hard to beat it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's versatile. If once you know how to dial things in, you can make it sound gritty or pretty. And but yeah, I like them all. They all have their purpose and part, their tones, textures, and
what about like deep cuts? You guys, I mean, you obviously play the biggest hits, American Girl, and Don't Do Me Like That, and off all the various albums, Damn the Torpedoes and stuff. But what are some of the deep cuts that you guys like to do, that if you look out in the audience and you see somebody singing along, you're like, yeah? I mean, I see on your set list Night Watchman. I mean, whoa.
Yeah, that, and there's more. There's too many. It's making the set list. I hate to say it sucks, because there's too many great songs. And I can spend, the guys are going, hey, what's our set list for this week? Oh, I'm still working on it. What's taking you so long? There's too many songs.
So now on your
great songs.
On your website here, I'm looking at the song list. Is this can't possibly be a concert? I mean, there's too many songs here. So do you just pick and choose off here, or?
Yeah, I mean, I have kind of a structured formula, based on popularity, because when we're doing a show, we're a tribute band, so people are coming there to see the hits, and I gotta play the hits, and
yeah, I know it's not for us Tom Petty faithful. Well, here's one for you. Did you ever hear Heartbreakers Beach Party?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, isn't that like the BW side of Change of Heart or something like that?
Yeah, well, and it's on the Live at the Fillmore, that multi CD thing.
Yeah.
I love it.
We used to play that. That was like you knew the party was going to my house when the Heartbreakers Beach Party came on. Heartbreakers Beach Party, yeah. Oh man,
what a fun band, man.
Tell us about the big Chehalis, McFiler's Chehalis Theater. That show is on the 26th.
Right.
Coming up on Friday, the 26th of April. And man, I cannot wait to see you guys at the Chehalis Theater. You guys are going to enjoy it. It's a great place to do a show and watch a show. So do you have the set list kind of worked out a little bit for that one, or?
I'm still working on it. I'm trying to, before we go somewhere, I try to get a feel for the demographic. Who are the people that are going to be there? Are these going to be more real hardcore Petty fans, or are they just, like, let's say I did a concert in the park in downtown Portland. That's going to be all the hits.
Yeah.
Because they're just people going to, want to see Tom Petty. But if, let's say, Chehalis is got a lot of Petty fans, and
I don't know, to tell you the truth. I mean, I'm a huge Petty freak, a nut, and my sister-in-law is too. but there's obviously going to be a lot of people that, that know most of them, but want to hear the hits.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a good mix. That's for sure.
Yeah. I'll like, a kind of a B-side hit. One of my favorites. There's too many, but
Same here.
every once in a while I like to play "Fooled Again," off the first album.
Oh man, that's a good one. Whoa,
yeah, it's just a groover,
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah,
I was hoping you'd play something big off Hard Promises.
we haven't done that yet. It's on my to-do. We have a to-do list, I guess I call it, and something big's on there, as well as 20-something other songs. But we have about a little over 60 in our repertoire.
Well, yeah, that's the problem too. I mean, like you said, there's so many great ones, and I see you've got the Wrong Thing to Do with Mudcrutch here. So
yeah, that was a special request for this girl that's one of our good friends. She had a birthday party and she wanted us to learn that for her birthday. So and after that, it's like, wow, it was a fun song. We're keeping that.
Hey man, anything with anything that Tom had something to do with. I mean, boy, what a career. I mean, really, this guy's, him and Mike had Mudcrutch, and then they came out west and and got things going out in Los Angeles. And it still pains me that he's not with us. Took me a long time to kind of go back and start listening to the music again. It was really, I mean, I know how I've talked to you a little bit, but I know how it affected you too.
Yeah, it was surreal. I mean, just to get used to the fact that he wasn't.
I know it kind of sometimes it still feels like he's here, but other times you get the realization that that he's not.
His music, I mean, it's timeless.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the cool thing about it. Him and Mike Campbell wrote some of these songs that weren't like niche tunes or something like that. I mean, they sound just as good now as they did, 30 years ago or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, a prime example of that is that new Petty Country album that's coming out. It just that it works for just about anybody.
It really does. It doesn't matter who's doing it. I mean, it still sounds, and it sounds great, and they can make it their own too.
Yeah,
they can put their own sound in there.
Yeah.
Did you see? Oh, well, I mean, that's a stupid question, but how many times did you see Tom live?
Oh, at least 12.
Yeah.
But I saw him first time through Portland in 1977.
Wow.
Opening up for the Ramones at the Mount Theater. And I'll tell you what, that Tom Petty in 1977 was like the most animated guy on stage. He was all over the place. He had so much energy. I mean, he was a different, in terms of a front man, he was a different guy than, let's say, mid-90s Wildflowers era Tom Petty.
Yeah.
Where he's a little more laid back, just two different.
Yeah, things did change there. First time I saw him was up in Seattle. I think it was 1981, Heck Edmondson Pavilion up at University of Washington.
Yeah.
And that was whoa. It was really something. That was like my second concert I think that I'd been to. So
yeah, but the one constant, well, many constants, but they always sounded great. Always.
They were fantastically dead on, never relaxed, always spot on, perfect when I saw them.
Yeah.
There were no bad shows.
No.
Got to see him at the Gorge a couple of times, Tacoma Dome. I mean, I don't think I've seen him as many times as you, but maybe 10.
Yeah.
Something like that. Did you see him with Bob Dylan?
No, I did not get to see that show. I wish I did.
I hate to say it, but I think Tom and the Heartbreakers probably stole the show.
Yeah.
From Bob. But
well,
he showed up in Portland. I'm sorry, I'm just reminiscing here, but he showed up in Portland with Stevie Nicks here at the amphitheater, Clark County.
Right.
Like 07 or I don't remember what it was, but it was sure neat to see him do Stop Dragging My Heart Around.
Yeah.
So next show you guys have is coming up. Is it this coming Saturday?
This Saturday in Salem, Oregon, the Elsinore Theater, which is another cool refurbished theater that they did an excellent job with.
Those have got to be really fun to play, aren't they?
Yeah, I love them. I mean, I love playing anywhere, but the old theaters, they have a vibe to them.
Oh yeah, great acoustics as well. We're looking forward to you coming to Chehalis. You've got the next show coming up on Saturday down in Oregon, and then we're it. So can't wait to see you. Thanks for spending some time on the Mohney Show. And I know you've had a pretty busy week this week, so thanks again for joining us. But everybody here is looking forward to seeing you guys.
The real estate market is changing, and John L. Scott can answer your questions with a free market analysis. If you're a homeowner, it's really important to get a current market analysis. It only takes a few minutes of your time and contains valuable information about your biggest investment. This might be the year to make a move and take advantage of this market. For your free market analysis, see Laura Lee today at John L. Scott, 900 West Main in Centralia.
And we're back on the Mohney Show. Man, that was so much fun to talk with Frank Murray about Tom Petty. We talked quite a bit about Tom Petty himself, but he was so happy and blessed to get with these guys that are like the Heartbreakers. I mean, everybody plays an integral part of the band. And again, the show is on Friday. So this Friday, and it's at McFiler's Chehalis Theater. If you want to see it, better check on tickets. I mean, right now, because, it's not like a huge place. Get them all there. I hope they're still available.
Well,
as of right now, I think they are. Yeah. But great guy. And we wish him just a really fun time at the Chehalis Theater. And he was talking about, he goes, well, I wonder what we're going to get as far as audience, the folks that like the real deep cuts or just want to hear the hits.
Well, what's your favorite?
Oh yeah, I know. I'm like a nerd. I know all the album cuts.
I know,
but I like them all.
I know. What's your favorite?
My favorite Tom Petty song?
Yeah.
Probably something like "Even the Losers" or something big.
Okay.
You don't have any idea, do you?
No. Me? I know what I like.
Yeah. What do you like?
It's gonna be. It's probably what most people like.
Right. What?
American Girl.
There you go. That's a good one.
I just like.
Well,
it's just
Frank could do the entire first album, and I'd be happy.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
every single cut.
Yeah.
Now,
Refugee is a close second.
I was thinking about this because during the break we were talking about first concerts.
Yeah.
And my first concert was Styx in January of 1980 in the Coliseum. So Climate Pledge Arena when it was called the Coliseum.
Yep.
And my cousin took us up there, my brother and I, and a great time. And then you were talking about the first time you were really at a big concert, and you were working.
I was working. I was doing security for Pink Floyd in the Kingdome.
That's so cool.
It was huge.
What year was that?
Well, it had to be 84, 85, somewhere in there.
Boy, that's something.
86, maybe 86,
man,
somewhere in there.
Talk about a big band.
Yeah. I was right up front.
Anybody try and sneak past you?
One drunk came running up. Oh, Big Floyd! So me and this other guy grabbed him, and Opened the back door of the Kingdome and threw them out and shut the door.
Oh, good.
Get out.
Yeah, and don't come back in here thinking you're going to get any Ivers either.
But I will say this. I don't know that they needed the amount of security up front.
Yeah.
The Pink Floyd crowd, they were pretty, they were
far out, man.
They were pretty far out, right where they were. They were pretty happy with that. So.
I know, man. That guy was like the only guy that had a beer that night. That's funny. So we were talking about all that stuff, and it just occurred to me. I mean, I just remembered that I've got like big photo albums full of ticket stubs.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to bring those in here, and we'll go through some of them.
Yeah.
With
let's do
these
that.
These are early shows that I've.
You don't get ticket stubs anymore.
I know. You
gotta print them or whatever.
I'll tell you where it's at. I was just checking out Stones tickets. Yeah, make sure you bring your phone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what kind of anxiety I have?
Oh yeah.
When I arrive at a show. I mean, it's like we were up in BC going to Kiss, and all of a sudden we didn't have any service.
Yeah.
And we did get a hard printed ticket because we went to the box office, and but it was stressful.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Anyway, we'll look forward to the concert. Again, that's Petty Fever, Chehalis Theater on Friday night. Hope to see you guys there. Now, other stuff that's going on. This coming Saturday, and we've talked a lot about this. It's, you might be able to get your button fixed, Paul.
I know.
How about a zipper?
Yeah, exactly.
How about the windshield wiper motor on Tony's pickup?
Yeah, can someone fix that?
I'm wondering. I wonder if somebody would fix Tony's pickup.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
We may have to try.
The repair and sustainability fair.
I'm working on it myself, though. I think I've got it. I think I've got it down to where the issue is.
Yeah, Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Can you see him? Can you picture Paul working on anything mechanical?
I think it's in the tailgate. There's the issue.
There's no windshield wiper.
The windshield wiper motor.
There's no
the tailgate issue.
I can't really imagine that, but also he called my husband this weekend about a plumbing issue. So
yeah,
I mean,
we need a new sink put in. So
you do,
Skylar, give me a call. We need this done.
No. Hold on a second. The sink's the same as a windshield wiper motor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just bring a windshield wiper motor in and put it in your sink.
Is it related to the tailgate?
Yes.
Because that's where I've determined everything is.
Yeah, right.
Crossroads is right there.
Repair and Sustainability Fair. You done?
Yep.
Okay. Saturday, April 27th. That's this Saturday.
If it's not clear, I can't fix anything. Anything.
I know.
Okay.
That's why you should listen to the event that he's talking about. That's what,
no,
right?
No. Not only can I not fix it, I don't have the ability to fix anything or the want or desire to fix anything.
Man, I like you.
That's why I do other things so I can pay people who like and know how to do it correctly. So that's what I do.
I don't even know if I should talk about this event after that. WSU Lewis County Master Recycler Composters present the Repair and Sustainability Fair. Again, you stay home. It's this Saturday, 10 to 2, Centralia College at the Swift Center. And you have posted all kinds of stuff about this online, for folks to figure out where this, it's over at Centralia College.
Yeah. We had Lynn Ford and Melanie Case in here a couple shows ago. The Swift Center is the Southwest Washington Flexible Training Center.
There you go.
That stands for. And also, while you're there, don't forget they are also offering sensitive document shredding. You can bring up to 3 boxes.
I may need to do that. I've got a lot of...
I think, I do that as well.
Yeah.
What are those weird fabric systems?
This ought to be something.
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't sew things, Paul. I don't know.
I do it myself with scissors.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Think I can get through this?
Trying. Sorry.
Don't toss it. Repair it.
Yeah.
Do you have a busted zipper? Do you have a broken bike or a broken toaster? Anyway, this is going to be a fun event. Volunteer fixers will be ready to help you repair clothing, bags, bicycles, small electronics, appliances, lamps, or any other household, things, small lawnmowers, small engines, stuff like that you can't fix, and they will fix them for you. And that's at the sustainability and repair fair.
Can I just say this?
Oh, boy.
I'm mad about something.
What?
I don't, not that I'm mad, I miss. You remember, I'm going to put on my old hat in the old times here, Steve.
Yeah, I'll put that to you.
Remember you could call a small repairman to come to the house and fix the washer, could fix the dishwasher, fix the TV.
I'd just like to say this, too. That's funny that he should bring this up.
I'm just going to say, Don Pfaff, Pfaff, was a great bowler up at West Side Lanes in Olympia, but had his whole career, his whole life, was a small repairman, came to the house multiple times when mother got upset with something, would slam the door and then it wouldn't work, and then he'd come and fix it.
Okay.
So I miss that. Why don't we have that anymore?
Because
we got to throw the whole thing out and just buy a new one.
There you go.
No. There is one business in town that I am a big fan of that does used appliance repair. In the old Thurman's building.
Yep, there you go. DB Cooper.
We have bought many a used appliance or had it repaired there.
They have parts as well.
They don't come to the house.
See, that's what I miss.
So, but
Don would pull up in the old white work van, Don Pfaff Repairs. Yep. Boom, pull in. It'd get fixed.
And a DB Cooper, you can parachute in and they'll help you right out.
I'm a big fan of the name. I like the concept.
I like the name. That's the thing. You answered your own question.
Yeah.
Because, you buy something and then you use it for a while, and I've found this to be really true with washers and dryers. These things are garbage from the time you buy them. I mean, your parents' washer used to last until, your mother was 54.
Oh, yeah.
Now you're lucky to get 6 years out of one.
Yeah.
So with all this talk about trying to cut down on waste, why don't we build stuff that lasts a little bit longer?
Yeah.
So we can fix it too.
Exactly. What was the old vacuum that was
the old Kirby?
Kirby's.
Oh, you better believe it.
Yeah, they worked.
They worked. They also weighed about 700 pounds.
Yeah, but you never had to buy another one.
No. In fact, we had one that sucked up the carpet.
Mr. Barr, one of my science teachers, says, folks, you're going to have a lot of time. You're going to see a good deal on things. Save up and get something that you never have to buy again.
He's right.
And Kirby was the first thing off his list.
By the way,
Ralph Barr.
What you will not be asked to do, Paul.
Yes.
Fixers are needed. If you enjoy fixing, stitching, or repairing, you can. They'll put you to work at the Repair and Sustainability Fair. Again, that's this Saturday, the 27th. So
Excellent.
10 to 2, Swift Center. Go right ahead.
May I piggyback off that event?
Yeah.
The same day as that, if you're not going into Centralia, there is the Toledo Community Recycling event as well.
Thank you.
Boom.
That is Saturday from 10 to 2.
Yep.
They're going to be offering household hazardous waste collection, e-cycle collection, scrap metal and appliance recycling, yard waste drop-off, and glass recycling, all at South County Regional Park. Also brought to you by Lewis County Solid Waste and the Master Recycling.
Load up the house.
Load it up.
Load it up in spring cleaning time.
Get it out.
And then if that wasn't enough, and gosh, don't you think it ought to be?
Yes, gosh darn, it should be.
It's an old Letterman bit.
Yes.
Thanks, Dave. It's the Community Recycle Day on May 11th. This is from 10 to 2. At the Lewis County Road Shop, 111 Pleasant Valley Road in Winlock.
All right.
And again, e-cycling, you've got fluorescent lights and motor oil, antifreeze, unwanted or leftover household chemicals, household hazardous waste collection.
So basically what that is if you need a couple more weeks to convince your better half that you really don't need an extra washer and dryer that doesn't work, but just in case, it's time to get rid of it.
Well,
and clean it out.
I don't know. I mean,
old chair.
Scrap metal. There you go. Scrap metal recycling.
Yeah, exactly.
Miscellaneous scrap metal, lawnmowers, fluids must be drained. Household appliances, washers, dryers, hot water heaters, stoves, refrigerators, freezers, dishwashers. Good.
There it is.
And sensitive documents ready from 10 to 1.
All right. There it is.
Man, I'm exhausted.
I am too.
That's a lot of cleaning, isn't it?
It is. Do you have more events?
Oh, I don't know. Do I?
I got a couple I'd like to mention.
Well, we were going to talk about the Spring Youth Fair.
Oh,
I guess that's coming up in like a week, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whoa, go ahead.
4th and 5th, I think.
Yes.
Yep. 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
So.
It's always Kentucky Derby weekend. So
it is.
That's why I know that, and that's why I never attend.
Well, you're busy with the Kentucky Derby. Go right ahead, Mary Jane.
A couple of light mentions for some events that you can attend this weekend. It is Downtown Centralia Girls Night Out this weekend. So the pink balloons will be out. The limo, I think, is driving around.
Really? Okay.
Shops are open late.
Okay.
So check that out. It goes from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay.
And
any favorite places that everybody congregates? Or I'm sure they'll all be downstairs at Blarney's.
I think you start at the station.
Okay, great
and
place.
You get your list of participating businesses, and they kind of give you the outline.
That place is just nice.
Yeah.
And it's very great atmosphere.
Yeah. So there is that.
Okay.
Also this Saturday in Chehalis, kind of a big deal, but it is the father-daughter dance.
Okay.
Yeah. So you'll see lots of little girls out with their dads doing the dinner before
and
the dance.
Is that a school thing or what's?
That is hosted by Chehalis PTO.
Okay.
So it's a parent-teacher organization that puts it on, and it raises money for field trips, for...
I mean, what age are we talking here?
Kindergarten to 5th grade.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out why I wasn't invited to this.
Well, you could take your grandkids.
That's what I mean. I'm usually...
Yeah. And it's
maybe
really
they've
sweet.
seen you dance.
What's that?
Maybe they've seen you dance.
Well... If you want to go, there's still
What's
tickets
that look
available.
Like, Paul?
Oh, we know.
What's it look like?
That's one of my favorite episodes.
But what's it look like?
Elaine.
Yeah, I know. But Jerry says, it looks like she's... How do you say it? Looks like she's trying to barf.
Now, you should know if you bring those grandkids, it is a medieval fairy tale theme. So you could have some little princesses. If you want to wear a crown, Mohney, you can go for it.
Probably not going to be able to make it. You know what? By the way, up at the Little Creek Casino this weekend, it's Hairball too.
Okay.
Hairball is a tribute. It's almost like a variety show. It's not just one band. It's a group. It's like a troupe. And there must be at least 15, 16 people in this whole troupe.
Wow.
And they do AC/DC, they do Def Leppard, they do Ozzy, they do Poison. I mean, they do all the big hair bands, and they all dress up like these guys. I mean, the guy that comes out, maybe not Firehouse, but I mean, it's really a great show. So that's at the Little Creek this coming Saturday night.
Okay.
And then also up there. In Seattle, Almost Human's going to be playing as well. So good luck to those guys. Tons of stuff going on.
One last event to mention, just because we've been out in the Onalaska area a little bit. There is a Brody Strong fundraiser happening at the Carlisle this weekend. And that's for the kid from Onalaska that was diagnosed with brain cancer.
Right.
So if you're doing nothing else,
plan on that. That's the best event to go to.
Yeah.
So
you can multitask though.
That's at the Carlisle, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
What time's it start?
It starts at 7 p.m.
Okay.
With a cover charge of $5 and 100% of money collected going to the Brody fundraiser.
Sounds good.
And I would guess, folks, that if you could probably look that up on Facebook.
Yeah. Yes.
If you're busy and you want to contribute, I'm sure there's ways to do that as well.
Yeah, there's going to be music. I would imagine there's probably auction items or something, but that is on the Carlisle Facebook page if you want to learn more.
Sounds good. Well, it's been another busy Mohney show.
It has been. Next week, I do want to throw this in, thinking about ahead. You talked about the youth fair.
Yep.
Kentucky Derby is on the 4th, which is also opening day at Emerald Downs.
Yep.
And we do have about a couple weeks ago, sat down with Joe Withy to give us a little heads up here on the Mohney Show. We'll pull that up off of our YouTube page. It's about a 6-7 minute rundown with Joe, and we can put that in next week. So we'll get
that sounds good. So he gives us, the whole the pre.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, they will be drawing for opening day races on Monday. So by the time we do the show, we'll know how many races are going and give you a little bit more insight as well. So.
And Paul, this year he's going to be wagering just pennies.
Yeah, just pennies.
Just pennies.
Because I'm trying to get into writing shape. So, clearly,
Well, Budweiser's going to be there.
When the Clydesdale Racing opens up.
Wouldn't that be funny? Look there. There's Walker and Mohney up there. Oh, Walker's ahead right now. Hold on. Mohney's coming out of turn 3. Wait, he just fell off the horse.
No. You know what would happen if we were on horses?
I don't know. I wore a.
We'd be doing this.
I rode an elephant one time.
It would just keep going, and then we'd be underneath the horse. Clunk, clunk, clunk,
be like a cartoon.
Yeah. Exactly.
I rode an elephant at the fairgrounds one year. Yeah. Those things are foul smelling. Anyway, that wraps up the Mohney Show for this weekend, everybody.
We'll wrap it up with a foul-smelling elephant.
Well, it's an elephant. They're not out there,
Yeah, hey, this is it. You don't like it?
You couldn't let me in the show, could you?
You think that they could wash themselves a little better with that?
They got the trunk.
I know.
It's just that they suck the water up out of their trunk. How clean?
Yeah, I don't know. All right.
Okay, here's a mud puddle. Folks, we'll see you. You done? Okay, one more.
Butte, Montana, last week. Did you see that on Facebook?
What, Evel Knievel?
Oh, no. Yeah. Elephant just walking around downtown Butte, Montana. Apparently escaped from the traveling circus.
I saw that.
It's just walking.
I wonder if there's any peanuts over at the hardware store.
I'm out of here.
What is Barnum and Bailey in town or something?
With their Bob's Circus? I don't know. But anyway, I thought that was funny.
Okay.
Trying to make a break for it.
You done?
I'm done. See you next week. Do you know who I am?
Yeah, I do know who you are. Folks, we'll see you next week right here on The Mohney Show. At Tyler Rental, quality equipment and helpful counter pros save you costly delays. For projects big and small, Tyler has Genie man lifts and forklifts, Deere excavators, welders, and generators, plus new tools from Steel, Milwaukee, and Hilti. While you're in the store, shop for hard hats, safety glasses, gloves, hearing protection, and much more. Contractors and homeowners depend on Tyler Rental for selection and well-maintained equipment to avoid downtime. Tyler Rental, 153 Hamilton Road, south of Chehalis.